Hey, it's Derek Jones, and today I'm going to do another gun review, and this time I'm going to be shooting the Shocker CVO. My friend Dan was nice enough to let me borrow his gun for a quick playthrough. Now, my experience has mostly been with the mechanicals, with the Planet Eclipse and the older markers and stuff, but I've heard so many good things about this marker that we're going to check it out and see how it does. I'll tell you the one thing I do like is the quick release on the bolt engine. It seems to be standard now. And that is about as slick as it gets as far as taking a gun apart and putting it back together. And then the single stage trigger is really comfortable. The ergonomics of the marker are great. So what we're going to be using today is the DR2 loader, a Freak system, and let me open these up. The newer Freak barrel system. In my opinion, these are the best barrels on the market. These are all available in my store. The link is down below. And the Ninja, as you said, this is SL2? SL2 tank. This is a super light, and this is also available. So I'm gonna get some paint. So the first thing that I'll say is the ergonomics on this marker are absolutely perfect for a tournament play. If you're a guy who likes your gun snug, I like shorter guns like this. It makes going back and forth from right to left. Ergonomics are fantastic. It feels really, really good and really tight and compact. And I'm pretty excited about that. I'm gonna grease the bolt and give it a full go here. So I'm gonna be using a whole bunch of really old squib paint. So I don't know of a better test for a marker than paint that could be anywhere from 2 to 3 years old. That ball broke on the first drop. So this is brittle shell paint. So we'll take that in account. And we're gonna load it up right now and give it a shot. So this is a completely pneumatic trigger. It has a roller sear in it that allows it to drop down in the valve to cycle. Now, one difference between the Planet Eclipse GMAC and the Shocker is apparently you can short stroke these, but I don't know. I'm gonna rip on it without any paint. That's pretty fast. That is really fast for a mechanical marker. All right, so I'm gonna put some paint in it. I'm gonna load it up with paint. And again, this is really, really old junk paint. Yeah, I know I should be wearing a mask, but I'm not shooting at anybody, and I know how not to shoot myself, so I'm not going to. All right, so turn on the R2, the DR2 with the expandable loader. All right, okay, ready? Ready? Wow. Here, let Dan
you can see it.
Now that is extremely fast for a mechanical marker. I haven't seen anything like that. That's way faster than the GMAC. My friend Dan has a faster trigger finger, so he's gonna get on it. Go ahead, Dan. Holy cow. Now that is a mechanical trigger. That's unbelievably fast. This is garbage paint too. Oh, we lost the ball. There's another one. Now that's not really the marker's fault. That's some really old paint.
Really old
Didn't
paint.
even bounce once when I dropped it. The nice thing about a 7.8 or a 6.89 Freak, you just shoot right through it. It's pretty impressive.
Now it's not loading anymore.
You got a jam?
No. Okay, here we go. Ready?
Oh, that's what happens when you shoot old paint sometimes. I'm not going to blame the marker for that. That's probably paint. But the speed is ridiculous. So what's interesting is this technology was unheard of 5 years ago. And my auto mags would just decimate any of this paint. Every shot would be a break.
That's crazy.
Even some of the old auto cockers. And we're putting this through a 6.89 Freak, which is overboard, but not overboard enough to really...
Yeah, the paint is too brittle.
The paint's super brittle. So worked out well. Pretty good gun. Like I said, I would like to shoot it with brand new paint. I don't want you guys to judge the marker based on the paint because, like I said, this is really, really old paint. And I did not short stroke the trigger at all. And I'm notorious for short stroking triggers. So I think that the marker's pretty impressive. I would rate the trigger better than the GMAC. The only thing is, compared to a GMAC, I would probably say that the reliability is a little bit lower. This gun we've had to grease this morning. Now, granted, it is colder than it has been the rest of the year, and it was tuned for Pittsburgh, but it needed a little grease this morning to get going. So that said, I'm pretty impressed so far. We'll probably shoot some more through it.
Again, yes, we know we should be wearing masks, but it is nice outside, and we're just target planting, so we're not going to. So we took the barrel up to a 695, and that's a pair of the barrel brakes.
Oh. This is with a barrel brake.
Did you have a barrel brake?
You had a barrel brake.
Yes, we had one. There's another one.
It's just
old
bad,
paint.
really
Old
old
paint.
paint.
That's good. You actually used this marker in Pittsburgh. What did you think of it?
I think it's amazing. I own both the the Smart Parts CVO and the Planet Eclipse
GMAC.
GMAC, and the advantage of this over the GMAC is it shoots a lot faster because of the way the trigger is set up. It's like almost like a swing trigger. With the but the problem is you can short stroke it. You can not allow the bolt to fully retract back, and therefore there is a chance to chop. The GMAC, there's no chance of that happening.
Right.
The GMAC is completely designed that you cannot chop. But consequently to that, it also is a little bit slower, so you really can't have necessarily as high a rate of fire. But it shoots plenty fast. So
Yeah.
It depends on what you like. I like having complete control of my marker in the sense of shooting faster or slower. And you can adjust the spring setting within the grip frame to prevent you from having a more chance of chopping. That does decrease your ability to rapid fire. So you have to find where your trade-off is and where you feel comfortable at.
So given the two markers, which would you pick?
For if you're gonna play competitively in like the new format, which is the old school mechanical, I would go with the CVO personally. But if you want a marker that you never have to worry about chopping and just will perform flawlessly, certainly the GMAC is another way to go too.
Awesome.
So both of them are high end as far as mechanicals go. The reliability is excellent in both. I just personally prefer the CVO.
Well, there you go. Like I said, I haven't used one in an event yet. I use the Planet Eclipse GMAC, which I just love.
It is a great.
They're both available in my links below. We'll be doing more videos probably with this in the future. I had to take a little break for tournaments. I've had some problems, but we'll get back into that in the near future. So thanks, Dan. Thanks for showing us.
Yeah, absolutely.
Appreciate it, and we'll see you next time. Give me a like or subscribe, and we'll see you later.